Good evening, everybody. I'm Michael, and this is Julie.
Yeah.
And we're delighted tonight for our Valentine special to be joined by the wonderful Natali Haas, a very gifted numerologist who hails from Switzerland and has come into our lives in the last few years. And we always enjoy having a chat with her.
Yes, and indeed, we've had a chance to chat to her before, and our podcast was so successful. We were catching up with her recently over a cup, and we said, please, Natalie, be our Valentine's special and give our viewers a message because love is definitely in the air. So, Natalie, would you like to introduce yourself to those who haven't had the pleasure of meeting you?
Yeah, so here I am. Good evening, Michael and Julie. Thanks for having me. So, as Michael already said, I'm originally from Switzerland, but I'm in the meantime very Irish already. I'm here 25 years and I love it here. So, I'm really a psychotherapist since many years, and but the numerology is really, really my passion. I'm doing numerology since about 20 years, and I- really, I find personally, maybe I'm being biased, but I personally find there is no better alternative tool to sort of access somebody's life to see like what are their lives about? Where did they come from? Why are they here? Where do they go? What are their talents? What are they meant to do here? Because we all come with a special mission. Yeah. Where it's not just random, like everybody has their own place in life and a road they are meant to go. And it's important to find that road. Never has it never been more important than now, I think, because we're in very challenging times.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, I think you hit the
Yeah.
nail on the head there, Natalie. We are indeed, and that's why
Yeah.
we always love getting a little bit of guidance or inspiration from gifted light workers like yourself. So, because
Mhm.
love is in the air, we're going to air this podcast on Valentine's Day, but we're having a sneak preview with you. Do you have any message for our viewers from your numerologist reading?
Indeed, I do. So Valentine's Day is really the day where people connect. It's about connecting with the hearts. When you look at, for example, the 14th day, the Valentine's Day, it doesn't really stereotypically look like love in those numbers. You have the one, which is about numerology, sorry, about individuality. Then you have the four, which gives that individuality structure. Okay. And if you have the one and four, the cross sum is five, which is freedom. So every successful, healthy relationship, the individual needs a certain level of freedom in it and structure. Okay. Otherwise, it won't really last. That's very important. That's what a healthy relationship is about. Then why is it the second month of the year, the February? Because the two is about togetherness. It's a very soft and loving and gentle number. So when you look at the 14, the individuality, the structure, the freedom, and the togetherness and the softness, that's a perfect relationship. Yeah. And 14 is really also about safety and security, and not necessarily in the very stereotypical sense. It can be safety and security as that you feel at ease in your relationship, that you can say whatever you want without your partner sort of like trying to manipulate you or without you having to have shackles on. So it's about that kind of safety in the relationship. Mm. When you look at the full date, the 14th of the 2nd, 2025, the cross sum is 16, or it's 7 out of 16. The 7 is a wonderful number. It's really the king and the queen of the numbers in numerology. It sort of talks about bringing the relationship onto a higher level, where a couple, for example, sits down and says, okay, do we still have the same values? Are we still, on the same page? Do we still want the same for the future? And if not, we really need to look at this. In comparison to last year, 2024, the cross sum was a 6, and that was really about romance and love and family and enjoying it, indulging it, and having a great sex life, focusing on your sex life in your relationship. But this year, sort of the energy that comes in is slightly different. It wants to bring it onto a higher level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Um,
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No,
Sorry,
no.
did you?
That's great. No,
No?
thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so much, Natalie. Now, I was just thinking, listening to you, you do personal individual readings, don't you? We're going to put
I
all the
do.
details in the description because I'd say a
Yeah.
lot of people tuning in now would say, what are our details? How can we get in touch? And also, did you say that you might be able to come and maybe give a workshop for the Wicklow Wexford area in our Solas Healing cabin? Because I love all of this, as you
Yeah,
know, and I would be really
absolutely.
interested.
Yeah,
With,
would be
with
great.
pleasure. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to do that. Yeah. Yeah,
I might go
definitely.
back. I might go back to last year when the sex was really good, though. That's the only thing.
Is my
Well,
husband?
I'm sorry, Michael, that's gone now. That's part of last year. This year is different a little bit.
Wait now, I'll just get the tissue for my husband now. He's going to be crying.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor man.
I love it,
Don't be.
Natalie. I think, yeah, we're moving into the era, the golden age, enlightenment. Yes, so I'm going to go up now.
Yeah, well, yeah. So every year you see has a different energy. So it gives us opportunity to really deal with everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And when you look at the word love, really, what does it mean? Love, the first letter, the L, it's the third number in numerology. It's about adventure. It's about being rebellious and a childlike awe about love. That's what it really should be. But because we all live in still in the duality. So there's day, there is night, there's yes, there is no, there is male, there is female. Okay, so there's also with the number, there's a shadow side, there's a sunny side. So the 3 is the sunny side. There's, oh yeah, great love. But if you leave it on the shadow side, it's the 12th letter of the alphabet, which is the hanged man, as an example, in the tarot. So
Yeah.
he hangs upside down. It's about unhealthy attachments and stress and being unfree. Okay. And so you have to be very mindful, and really think about love. What does it really mean? And the second letter is an O, which is the number 6, which is again family and romance. Then we have the V is a 4, is again about structure. And the E again is 5, is about freedom. So in the word love, everything is contained really for a healthy relationship. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if your relationship is maybe struggling a little bit at the moment, okay, so be mindful of that. And as an example, if your partner accuses you of not being not hugging enough or not being affectionate enough physically, and you say, well, that's just not me. Well, stop and pause and say, okay, I'm going to try a scientific project, whether I like it or not, I'm going to hug my partner now every day. That's called breaking pattern. And when we break pattern from time to time and go against our grain, doors can open and we can transform things.
Cool.
That's
That's great.
fantastic.
Well, I'll say in
Yeah.
this year. So yeah,
Very good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Natalie, we have really enjoyed chatting to you. And yes, we'll definitely talk to you after this about possible dates. We'd love you to come and share your wisdom and your inspiring knowledge. And thank you so much for this evening.
No problem. Thank you.
I was actually, because Valentine's is coming up, I was just thinking that's what the world needs. The world needs love. I'm going to be putting a post up about that for Valentine's Day. So thank you so much
Love.
for sharing your wisdom about love and the numerology behind it, and wishing you and your beloved, we've had the pleasure of meeting him, a very happy Valentine's Day too. And we look forward to catching up in person.
Thank you very much. And for you too, have a wonderful Valentine's Day.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Talk to you
Talk to you
soon.
soon.
Dankeschön,
Bye.
Bye bye.